Welcome to my channel. This is Jago Lee. I am in Usaquen, Bogota. Today I'm going to show you two malls today in Usaquen. The first mall being Santa Ana. Before I actually get into talking about this mall, if this is your first time, please consider subscribing and please like or dislike. Even if you dislike it, please do something. This helps me make better content for the future. So like or dislike. So let's talk about this mall. Now this is a Sunday, actually, about 12, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Santa Ana is obviously the first mall I want to show you. It's a very small mall. It has a huge jumbo store, which is, a major store in Bogota. In Colombia. So I guess if you have a jumbo store that sells groceries and similar to what we find in the United States, Walmart, then you really can't go wrong. Walmart, Target, whatever, you can't go wrong. It's a boutique mall. So it has got a lot of expensive stores. I guess it's considered an expensive mall for boutique item. It's nicely designed. What I'm showing here is pretty much the whole mall. You know what I mean? It's not a lot, but it is 3 levels. So I want to make sure I kind of share with 3 levels. Right here they have this kind of entertainment. It's kind of threw me off because it has that Smokey the Bear, Ranger, Forest type theme going on here. So that's something I would never expect in a boutique mall. But I guess it's maybe for the kids, I'm assuming. And I don't think it's a permanent display. So anyway. Let's kind of walk around this mall and let's talk about it. It has some really kind of nice upscale shops. It's clean. It seems to have really good security. I didn't go in jumbo, but the supermarket looks huge. And again, I guess you can do a lot of your shopping at the supermarket. And then if you need some other items, you can probably eat lunch and there's a few other things. Now this is the only thing that kind of threw me off. Instead of escalators, they have these ramps, that take you up to the next level. They have elevators too. You probably noticed the elevator, but they have these ramps. And I'm telling you, ramps can be very unsettling for someone getting on them, especially if you're going down. It's one thing for people to get used to escalators, if they've never been on an escalator, but to give on ramps that's going uphill, that can be unnerving. It was kind of, it wasn't an issue for me, but to see a ramp that goes uphill was kind of a little bit like, this is strange, But I guess if you're there enough and get used to it, then it's not so bad. I actually noticed that at another mall when I was in Quito, Ecuador. They had ramps instead of escalators. So, I don't think that's a common thing everywhere, but the fact that they had it is just kind of threw me off a little bit instead of escalators. So. It's only it's a few options. I guess a lot of locals probably do a lot of their everyday shopping, especially at the grocery store. I think this is the type mall that you probably can go there to have like a lunch. Maybe you don't want to be bothered about the other malls or something big. It seemed like an easy mall to get in and out of. And I guess I appreciate that. As you notice out front, it's almost like no one was there. I thought the mall, this is a Sunday afternoon, and most time early in the afternoon on a Sunday in any mall in any country, it's always going to kind of look like this. It has a really nice gym, Body Tech, at the end right here. So you can almost get your workout in, do some shopping, and, and be done for the day. This may be the mall you need instead of going to some of the higher end mall like Andino Mall, which is, a little bit bigger, a lot more probably cumbersome to get in and out of, especially if you're driving, you know what I mean? So it's a nice mall. Again, it's 3 levels. I have a few restaurants. I went to the top floor and it's not many restaurants up there. It's not much of a food court. So I guess you have like a few options, and then, I don't know if you can really see it in this video, but there was still seem like a waiting list even just for those few options. Have walk and I think You know, a couple other restaurants in there. You know, I read somewhere that during the holiday season, that especially Christmas, Halloween, and Easter, this mall goes all out for kids. And it provide free entertainment for kids. So I think that's a good thing. So I can see this mall being a nice place to take the kids. To kind of hang out. But there's really nothing special about this mall. I mean, again, you just kind of go there, kind of hang out a little bit. It doesn't seem like a hangout mall. It seems like you go in and do your errands and get out. Again, have a night restaurant. I look at some of the menus and prices seem kind of high. So, maybe it's a place to take family or maybe even a date, to go eat or just kind of hang out for a bit. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be bothered by some of the other malls in the area. Now, this mall, again, is like maybe 10 minutes away from the other mall that I'm going to show you later in this video. So, it's a small mall. See, like I said, when I got on this ramp going down, I had to balance myself. Like, oh man, this is weird. So, if you have one of those balance issues, even though I don't, it can be kind of different for the first time. So, getting on this mall. So anyway, I decided to leave that mall and actually walk over. Again, this is a 10-minute walk from each other. I actually walk over to this mall right here, is Hacienda Mall, which is about, again, 10 minutes away. It looks old and it looks deceivingly small from the outside. Like, what, is this the mall? So that was my reaction when I first saw it. It's Hacienda Mall, which is, means a state of farms. From what I read, it seemed to be built on a former hacienda or a former estate or former farm. So I think what they did incorporate a lot of the architecture from the hacienda into this particular mall. I mean, it was built in 1989. You can see from the beautiful decor, or what you want to call it, when you walk in there. But I'm telling you, something about this mall is just it's huge, and it's almost like a really crazy maze. I mean, it's just really crazy. The one thing you find about this mall is that you can find high-end stores like Mont Blanc, and Toomey, which is sell suitcases basically, and then you'll find a dollar store in there. So, I'm not sure what's going on. That's something you would never find in a lot of the malls, a dollar store and a high-end store in the same mall. That just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It has a lot of clothing stores, but one of the things I did find really just interesting about this mall, just the sheer number of vacancies, stores that are just empty. I initially thought that this was because of, obviously the pandemic was affecting, a lot of stores and malls throughout the world. But I just assumed this was, part of the issue. But I read some comments, from a couple of years ago that someone in 2019 said, they was just disappointed by the mall, the sheer number of empty stores. So apparently this mall has had quite a few empty stores for a long period of time. This mall is a complete maze. This is not the type mall you should lose your kid. Unlike Santa Barbara, if you lose your kid in not Santa Barbara, Santa Ana, this mall is called Hacienda Santa Barbara. The other one just Santa Ana. Seems like Santa seems to be in both the names, official names of both of these malls. Drop a comment below and let me know why the Santa is involved in both of these malls. But it's a nice little food court. It seemed like a nice little place to go eat. Nice little area for the kids to play. You see that little merry-go-round right there for the kids, very small kids. But again, this is not the type of mall you want to lose your kid in, because it is a complete maze. It is nothing natural flowing about this mall. You almost got to know where you're going. You know how some malls, because the natural flow, you can actually walk around and see the whole mall. I was in this mall for a little while, and I guaranteed I didn't see all of it, because there was just so many floors, there was ramps, there was escalators, there was just, a wing on this part, a wing on this part. I mean, look, it's really nice in the center here when you look up, but it's a nice mall, but. And I guess, people, I actually read somewhere back, like I guess when it was built, it was like the mall to go to. You know what I mean? But I guess, people said since 2010 is, and again, these are local comments from people from the area. It just doesn't seem the mall to people. Now, again, keep in mind, it's a nice mall. It looks good. It's still modern looking. I guess the empty store is kind of, disconcerting, but it's a still nice, well-maintained mall. And I think they've done an excellent job of kind of blending the modernness with the oldness. So it does seem like it's one uniform mall and not like one old part and one new part, even though you did get that feeling when you first walked through the door. But again, a lot of specialty stores in this mall. Cindy, they use ramp. Now I went to this top floor here. No, this is not the top floor, but this is one of the eating areas where you can find places to eat. I think it's like the second or third floor. You know what? You don't know what floor you're on because there's so many ramps and so many zones and so many wings and areas like that. So this is a different mall to kind of just. It seems like the type mall, if you want to go hide from someone, you can definitely do it in this mall because you would never see, you can't run into people into this mall. People, if you want to go somewhere and no one see you, this is the mall to go to because you can't just go around and run into people that you know because it's just such a huge mall and there's so many different wings that it's just kind of hard to kind of keep track of. Again, look at these stores. It's just vacancies just everywhere. I mean, which makes me wonder, like, probably back in the day, this is probably a really, really nice mall with just a lot of bustling, a lot of people everywhere. Again, this is Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure how busy this mall is on certain days, but it's still really clean. It doesn't seem old, even though, it was built, I think, in 1989. Again, just kind of walking around, just trying to find my natural flow to cover the whole mall so I can share with you the whole mall. But I probably ran into some of the same area twice. This is a confusing mall. Again, there's nothing natural about just walking around this mall. And I guess if you're a tourist and come here, it's probably a mall to come to and check out. But again, it would be kind of sad to just see the sheer number of stores on all levels that are closed. And I don't know if this is a mall that just, I think in the States, I mean, if you find that many vacancy in a mall, at some point in time, the malls, especially over a period of time, the mall is going to eventually just close down or do something totally different. I mean, especially if you start losing some of the major stores. So this mall actually has a hotel attached to it. I didn't actually go to it, but it has ballroom, hotel. Look, there's a Dollar City in this mall. A Dollar City. I don't think I ever seen a dollar store. I mean, equivalent of a dollar store at any mall anywhere I've seen. Especially a mall with high-end stores in it and connected to a hotel. But I guess, Dollar City probably was an original tenant. And I guess if you have a lot of vacancies, you take whatever tenant you can get, So I guess and respect that. I went in this part right here and it was hardly no one there, but it seemed like it's some nice little ballroom. So I can see them having events in this particular area right here. It seemed like permanent decoration. Now this is probably the type mall I would love to go to during Christmas time because I could imagine. I mean, look at what decoration they have in the middle of July. I mean, it's a nice little decorated mall, little ornaments here and there, but this is July as well. I'm assuming Christmas time or the holidays, this mall is really decked out with all type of decorations or whatever. So, I read somewhere from a 2017 question, I guess, a review, and someone said it needs remodeling. I don't know if it needs remodeling, because I guess remodeling, I mean, I didn't really see any part where like it needs, work, like it needs. I didn't sense that, because sometimes when you walk in malls like this, well, I guess it could have updated with some minor remodeling to kind of give it a fresh look. But I didn't see tiles or missing lights or tiles falling to the floor or old rust, stuff that you see in malls that say, this mall really needs remodeling. I didn't get that vibe from this mall. I mean, maybe again, I didn't check out the whole mall because it was just too many wings and I got confused. And since I wasn't there looking for anything particular, I was just trying to walk around and check out the whole place. But it has plenty of little coffee shop, plenty of little eateries in this, mall. Again, they said that, again, one of the comments I read said that the exterior of the walls, should remain intact, but they should still do some remodeling of the interior so that the various restaurants can be accommodated. But again, I would love to check out this mall, which I probably won't. But I would love to check out this mall at nighttime, just out of curiosity to see what it looks like. Because it does seem like a place you can kind of like hang out at night. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like a day type place. Now, if you in the area, of course, if you're staying at the hotel attached to, this is probably a place to hang out at. Plenty of places to eat, plenty of coffee shops to hang out to, plenty of places to shop. Some of the places look on the pricey side, and then of course some, obviously stuff don't look on price. So anyway, and again, I look at this. I went outside. Now, obviously, this is still inside the mall, covered, but it's inside. Again, it's a nice mall. I mean, again, got a place to buy airline tickets. It's a lot going on in this mall. This mall is really, really busy. It's really busy. It has a lot going on, and you just gotta kind of know what you're going. But again, if you go to the first time, I don't know if I will ever go back, because it didn't. I mean, unless I lived in the area, it doesn't seem like a mall that say, you need to come back and check it out again. It doesn't give me that vibe to come back and check it out again, unless I just happen to be near there and know there's a certain place to eat in there, and I need to go to eat, and it's just quick and convenient. So, other than that, like I said, I it's worth checking out. I mean, it's nicely done. It's clean. Plenty of security. It seems safe. So it's pretty good. And now I'm on my way out. I guess they have balls, a little something at night, because this seems like a little ball area right here. So I could imagine what this looks like at night. So I think special event is probably a nice mall to hang out, for special events. So other than that, enjoy the city. Again, this is Usaquen in Bogota. Had a good time in the area, checking it out. So if you're in the city, check out the mall. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.